Welcome to the Nebraska Democratic Party 2016 Presidential Caucus Series. I'm Lisa Fricke, and here with us today is Mary Herres, Chair of the Nebraska Democratic Women's Caucus. Welcome, Mary.
Hi, Lisa.
The specific purpose of this series of interviews is to explain how the affiliated caucus organizations can be tools to implement the inclusion plan for the Presidential Caucus Delegate Selection Plan. And we're a Big Tent party, and we want a wide spectrum of Democrats to participate throughout the state. So let's begin. Mary, would you tell us about the Women's Caucus and what led you to become chair?
The Nebraska Democratic Women's Caucus became a caucus nonprofit in 2005, adopted bylaws. We have a regular meeting, quarterly meeting that meets with the Nebraska Democratic Party's state central committee meetings around the state. And I got really involved with the Democratic Party during the process of becoming a caucus in 2007. And in 2009, I decided to run for chair of the organization, and I've been chair ever since.
Oh, you've been good at it. Would you also explain about the work that the Women's Caucus does, and what are the future goals for the Women's Caucus?
The mission of the caucus is really to get out and support women to run for office and to support women's issues in the state. And through that, we've developed a few really great programs. One of those is our Helen Busalis Inspiring Women Scholarship Program, where we give 3 $500 scholarships to young college-bound women. Well, they don't have to be young. It can be any Democratic woman that is in school that needs help with the scholarship. We want to choose women who are active in progressive politics in the state that are might be our potential clients and candidates for the future. We give one to each of the 3 congressional districts across the state. So that happens in August of every year. It's very fun. We have gotten some phenomenal young women that have been scholarship winners over the last 7 years. And a few of them, I think, are going to be great potential candidates in the state. We also have our Women on the Run.
Oh, tell me about that.
The Women on the Run event we run every year, and what we do is we support our women that are running in the primaries. And it's a very fun event for them to be able to come and introduce themselves. We try and do that in all 3 of the CDs, and we support them financially.
Okay.
Each one of the candidates financially. We also try and be involved in legislative issues that are important to women in the state, and we do outreach and try and help our candidates with questions about running for office, and then by getting people to support them through financially or by getting out canvassing for our women clients.
That's awesome. Can you tell us maybe like this past year some of the main issues or one main issue that legislatively was important to the Women's Caucus? Was there any one thing that stood out in your mind this past year?
One of the issues that has been really creeping up quite a bit for women in the workplace has been pregnancy issue. And I am very proud to say that Senator Heath Mello wrote the legislation, and it passed unanimously and went straight through committee. And now we do have pregnancy protection for women in the workplace in the state of Nebraska. I'm very proud of that. We also have been working the last few years on changing the Fair Pay Act to protect women, since we do not get equal pay in this state. And one of the ways that we had researched and worked with some national women's organizations, is on the non-disclosure law. And if you don't know what the men in your office are making, how can you ever know if you're being paid unequally?
Yeah.
So it will be coming up and being introduced again. It just doesn't seem to make it through committee.
There's a lot of wonderful things that you've explained, helping candidates, watching legislation, promoting legislation, and I'm very proud of that as part of the Women's Caucus. So now let's talk about your plans to reach members and potential members to promote the state caucus as being chair of the Women's Caucus.
We do have Hillary Clinton. We have a woman running for president. It's a very, very important year for us. So I think through our Hillary for President committees that are going to be out there and through candidate recruitment, during the times that we're going to be doing outreach, we'll be talking about the importance of getting to the caucus and supporting our woman that is running for president. Very, very important.
Okay, thank you for that. This is a series, and we have a variety of items available to assist with the caucuses. And so this series begins with an introduction by our state chair, NDP chair, Vince Powers. An interview is also available with Charlene Ligon, NDP caucus chair. And you can reach her directly at charlene.ligon@nebraskademocrats.org, or you can personally call her 402-215-1571. And the NDP website itself, nebraskademocrats.org. The caucus website is very valuable. Also, Nebraska Caucus 2016.org. This site contains all the documents and forms that are necessary to hold a successful caucus. And we want the caucuses to be successful. So these resources are vital to have a successful caucus. And the NDP caucus also includes a PowerPoint presentation that's easy to follow. And Chauncey Brown, our NDP data director, and you can reach her at Chauncey at nebraskademocrats.org, and her number is 402-434-2180. Great resources. Check them out. Are there any last thoughts that you have about the NDP Women's Caucus that you would like to share?
I would like to share that we are on Facebook, and we do invitations to our events through Facebook and online. Anyone, man, woman, child, can join the caucus and be a part of our events. Just contact us. We do have a website that tells about our different programs. It's the ndpwomenscaucus.org. And the Facebook is under Nebraska Democratic Women's Caucus. Or you can contact me, Mary Herres, MaryHerres, at AOL.com, or 402-617-2089.
Great. That's nice to know. So be sure and contact her if you need to. Thank you, Mary, so much for your time. Best wishes to you and caucus members so that we get a maximum amount of participation March 5th. And best wishes to you as you continue as chair of the Women's Caucus.
Thank you, Lisa.
You're welcome.